Hello, Shawnigan. It certainly is my pleasure to be here, launching off the second term with a few student life updates. It's with a feeling of real privilege that I stand here in Kay's Gardens and I'm looking forward to launching in-person education from Monday. Certainly as the COVID situation is challenging across the world, in Canada, British Columbia, and on Vancouver Island, it's something that I'm certainly not taking for granted. The Project Restart team, as you would imagine, have been working really hard to contemplate what we are going to be doing over the terms ahead. Myself, Mrs. Crabe, Mrs. Rennie, Mr. Butcher, Ms. Cholak, and Mr. Alston have been working hard to really consider what sort of changes should we put in place, if any, as we look forward. Certainly, the bringing back of the international students into quarantine and the Canadian students into our on-site isolation has taken a lot of planning, and I should really give a shout out to Danny Robb and Laura Russell, who as our COVID support team have done amazing work in making sure that both of those have gone well. I'm really pleased to report that everybody is in good health and there's a lot of real energy around the school as we look forward to Monday. For a Project Restart update, I know a lot of you students, I'm sure, will be thinking, what will be the new things at Shawnigan? What sort of changes are going to be put in place? And a simple answer is, we're going to try to start as we finished the end of last term. It was a very clear decision that we made. Now's not the time to start relaxing things, and there's no need to put any extra measures in place. We thought we would see through this week of isolation on site. We would see another week, and so nothing is going to be changing significantly until January the 25th. At that point, we'll start looking at what our options are, depending on the COVID challenges in our area and any guidance that's given from the Provincial Health Office. The academic year ahead. We hope you're going to be coming back raring to go and full of energy, and there's going to be a few changes, obviously. You got the message, I'm sure, that spring break will be replaced by a number of weekends which are called down tools weekends. This means that you are not to do any work. You are to relax, recuperate, and make sure that your mental health is prioritized. This is going to be a theme that we're going to use from now until the end of May. This is Shawnigan Lake School. We're going to challenge you. We're going to make sure that you are looked after, and there's going to have to be some flexibility involved. You're going to be working, you're going to be studying, exercising, and having all of those connections, and we as a school will need to make sure that we identify critical points where we have changes of pace, where we have opportunities to really prioritize your mental health. That's something that I've been talking about with the house directors, the staff, and the school prefects and other student leaders, so we are going to make that happen. We really look forward to the term ahead. As always, if you have any ideas, contact your house director, school prefects, or let me know by email or pop by and see me once we're up and running. Second of all, Black Shirt Day. We're really proud of supporting this initiative, which is happening across the province and across the country. Thank you very much for Timmy Adamola for leading on this and for all the staff and students who are participating. It's a really important thing that we do support. Finally, as we look forward to the term ahead and with some logistics behind us, whenever I turn for a little bit of light-hearted news, Finn Rourke's my guy. Finn, finish us off with something to put a bit of wind into our sails. Over to you.
Hi everybody, my name is Finn Rourke. I'm a grade 12 in Duxbury House, and I'm here to talk to you about the upcoming months at Shawnigan. You know, in prior years, these have been awesome months, right? The sun comes up, snow and rain go away, dock season approaches, and we get to spend more time outdoors. I'm sure you've heard it a bunch of times, and you're going to hear it a bunch more times too. But this year is unlike any other year because of COVID and all the uncertainty that surrounds it. With that being said, we're still going to have fun on campus. You know, in preparation for my speechy poo here, I came across a quote that I think can apply to each and every one of us in the Shawnigan community. What you practice grows stronger. I think at Shawnigan we need to practice three things. And I'm not saying that we don't do these things, but I just think that we really need to reinforce these ideas. Thankfulness, thoughtfulness, and optimism. With thankfulness, I'm thankful for everything that Shawnigan has done for me. And I'm thankful that I'm still being able to go to classes in person, see my friends every day, participate in sports in a COVID safe way, and graduate at Shawnigan. My sister is doing online classes right now, and I can't even begin to imagine what it would be like to have to graduate online. Thoughtfulness. There's been a lot of stuff going on in the world and a lot of stuff going on in your own little world as well. And each and every one of us is battling something that not everyone knows about. So we just have to be thoughtful and mindful of other people's feelings. And that's not just the students, that's the staff too. The staff have a lot going on. And we just have to make sure we don't take it out on those around us. We have to all do our part to make sure that we are bettering the Shawnigan community in any way possible. And optimism. As I said earlier, there's been a lot of stuff in the news and whatnot that really brings people down. But we need to stay optimistic because COVID's not going to be around forever. It's going to come to an end. We have to be optimistic about Shawnigan staying open, and it will stay open if we follow all the guidelines and regulations. We have to be optimistic that this is all going to be over one day. And I'm sure that, for the younger students, hopefully by next year, you won't have to wear masks to class. You won't have to confine to your cohorts. I, for one, know that the prefects are planning a lot of fun stuff for all of us to do. I know that the staff want to make sure that we have the best few months possible. No one wants us to go through these next months feeling crappy, right? No one wants that. We're all trying to make sure that we're going to go into our summer break feeling happy and satisfied and fulfilled with our Shawnigan year. But it's not just up to the staff or the prefects to do that. It's up to each and every one of you. You have to make the most of it, right? And I've had people tell me this in years previous, people, oh, Finn, you got to make the most of it. And I never really listened to them. But now I really understand that, you can't just sit back and have other people do stuff. You have to participate. You got to get out there and, lend a helping hand and just be the best you that you can be. I'm going to try to be the best me that I can be. And if you guys have problems, come talk to the staff or come talk to prefects or someone that you trust, right? Because we're here to help you, and I'm sure that you're here to help us too. With all that being said, I look forward to seeing most of you on Monday. So have a good weekend.